Okay, let's get into audience questions for the week. Very good questions this week. The first one comes from a Reddit user. I never say this right. Nostalgic Cyan. I know it's some video game thing and I never know how to say it. Anyway, the question is, how come the left doesn't have grifters like the right? I love this question because there's actually a lot to it. It might sound like an ad hominem. It's a way to criticize right wingers. Listen, this is a real thing. The right has these grifters who are able to, they suffer from audience capture where they start modifying what it is that they put out there in order to appeal to an audience, even if these are not really their political beliefs. But that would only work within or in front of a certain audience because of the cults of personality that the right rewards. This is one of the big differences between independent left-wing media and independent right-wing media. I've seen it myself. I can have people who like 95% of what I say. And as soon as they don't like some 5%, I say, oh, you know what? I don't think Tulsi Gabbard's a great president. Or, hey, you know what? I think the squad lacks a lot of the political skills to make progress on some of these issues that are important to them. Or, hey, you know what? I don't think Israel is a uniquely bloodlusting bad actor, while I do disagree with their administration and their foreign policy. There is no cult of personality around me because immediately people who have been with me for years will completely abandon me. Now, we can talk about whether that's good or bad for the movement, but with the right, you see cults of personality develop such that these individuals can do no wrong. They build a following for their personality, not what they stand for, not what they believe, and not what they say, but for the sort of role that they are given by the right. The left both doesn't allow these grifters to build around cults of personality and is quite frankly not interested in them. In the same way, we've talked before about how you will see very different reactions from left and right when there is a political scandal. I'm not talking about Hillary's emails, right? I'm talking about actual scandals. The right will try to cover them up and make excuses for the people and try to make the scandal go away to keep the person in power or even give them more power, as we saw with Brett Kavanaugh. On the left, when we find out Anthony Weiner has been caught sexting with a 15-year-old or whatever, people just want him out. We want to move on. We have ideas and principles and policies that we want to see made a reality. And as soon as we see that somebody is behaving in a way that doesn't make sense, we want them out. There was this audio recording that was recently covered up by Republicans in Texas, where a Republican came up with a Republican hit list of Republicans to primary. And Republicans said, the recording of this conversation is so damaging, we've got to cover it up. If I found out that someone on the left took place in such a meeting and I found it distasteful or disadvantageous, I would want the audio tape out. I would want to figure out who did the wrong thing, and I would want them out. So again, the left simply doesn't allow the grifting to become profitable the way the right does. It doesn't create an environment in which one would succeed by doing that. Now, I'm not stupid. I know half the YouTube comments will be, but David, you are a grifter. That's not an actual argument. I hope you understand. It is the audiences that decide whether grifting will work on the left or on the right. It is the audiences that decide, can someone build a career around a cult of personality merely because some think tank is pumping money into them? And what you see is that the answers are yes on the right and mostly no on the left.